Today, you're going to discover how to put together the most delicious, the best, the most crave-worthy menus that you can use for your website, use as sample menus, especially when you're talking to new people about cooking for them. And all of this, of course, is part of getting prepared to start your personal chef business, right? Having your recipe collection together, putting together some sample menus is a big part of that. So this is really important because what I see a lot of people do who end up struggling when they're starting is either they try to put the most complicated exotic dishes they can make, or just like a huge breadth of a million different kinds of dishes they can make. And at the end of the day, they do this because they're trying to prove that they can cook well. But the problem with this is when people don't immediately see the food that they like, even if it's not conscious, they just kind of have the feeling that you're not going to cook food that they like and you're just not the right person for them. So what should you do if it's not one of those things? Well, don't worry. I got you and you got this. Hey there, Chef Shelly here. I have a successful personal chef business, and when I'm not cooking for my own clients, I help passionate cooks just like you start your own personal chef business, whether you want to do small catering events, whether you want to do regular weekly personal chef services, also known as weekly meal preps. Now, you and I both know that you're perfectly capable of cooking exactly what a client wants, right? But your job in marketing, and whether trying to get clients, whether you're using flyers or a website or your Facebook business page or Instagram or whatever, your job when putting it out there to potential clients is to make them feel like you already know what they like and want and can do that. I know it sounds confusing, but this actually can happen before you ever meet with them if you do your sample menus the right way. So let's talk about sample menus for your personal chef services, aka meal prep services. Now, a good rule of thumb is just to make an example menu with 5 entrees. This is the classic 5 entree service. It's the basic place to start. You're also getting the client to start thinking in terms of getting 5 entrees at a time. Now, if you're not familiar with weekly personal chef services, also known as meal prep services, you can check out this or these videos and they'll kind of give you a basic rundown of that service. So if your area of expertise is already a super niche specialty like keto or vegan or lectin-free or diabetes or blood pressure or anything like that, this makes it both easier and a little bit more complicated. All right, let me break that down. So you've already narrowed your food type down, so your challenge is to still include a selection within those 5 entrees that make it balanced, right? Like you wouldn't want to do 5 dishes that are all tofu or 5 dishes that are all pasta, right? For instance, you want to provide a selection that makes, yeah, I would eat those 5 dishes in a week. So if you don't have like a really narrow health focused specialty like that or whatever, and you're just cooking classic American style food, family style food, comfort style food, then you'll want to include variety too. Like you would do 1 poultry, 1 meatless, 1 red meat, 1 fish, right? Or whatever appeals to you. Again, you wouldn't want to show a potential client 5 beef dishes or 5 casseroles or even 5 grilled dishes, right? The name of the game here is variety. Even this isn't how your clients are actually eating. A lot of times clients end up ordering the same foods over and over and over again. But this is what appeals to people when they're thinking about eating as opposed to really eating. So successful personal chefs know the difference between appealing to a potential client and working with an actual client. And this is what you need to do in your marketing when you're trying to get clients. So if you're interested in starting a personal chef business and getting paid to do weekly meal prep services and you are confused about really how to do them, you can download my free guide. There's a link right by this video, and it walks you through every step from how to decide what recipes will work together in a meal prep day all the way through packaging the food up when you're done cooking, just like personal chefs do every week for their clients in their businesses. So again, no matter what your specialty is, make sure that while you are putting in a variety, like I said, if you're just a general cook, make it be, red meat, seafood, meatless, not all pastas, do a variety of that. Even if you have a specialty like vegan or a special diet, make sure you're not doing all tofu, all Asian, all anything. You want that variety, but within your specialty. You don't need to pull out every screwball, weird, exotic thing from your French laundry cookbook. You don't need to think that clients want you to cook everything and do a sample menu for vegan and keto and kid-friendly food and gluten-free and everything else. All that does is just dilute the passion that you have for the food that you're cooking for the client. Really just lean into those foods that you love to cook if you don't have a real obvious special diet specialty, and that will attract to you the clients who want the exact type of food that you want to cook. Because by doing these things and not doing those things, the clients are out there, they're hungry for what you're cooking, and they will really be able to see it in your sample menus and reach out to you.